Hey guys, I'm Priest, and this is another episode of Abusing the Meta. This is technically, I guess, episode 1.5. It's a continuation of the ZvZ +1 Carapace opener. However, in this game, we're going to be going over what you do if your opponent goes mutus, which I didn't really go over last time. I kind of just briefly mentioned it. And last video we went over if you were to go roaches. So let's go into the game. Quickly, we're just gonna go over the opener again. I already explained it in depth in the last game, so we don't need to spend too much time on it. I just want to focus on the variation in this game. So like last time, we're gonna go pool first because it gets your gas out quicker. So we're gonna drop our pool at 15. And our hatch at 16, and he's gonna go hatch first, which is not super important what he's going, unless he like if you're scouting and you see that he has a hatch, cool, that's all that matters. If he doesn't have a hatch, then play defensive. Okay, so we're gonna get our set of lings to scout, like I mentioned in the previous game, because we want to know exactly what he's doing. We see that he has drones and a baneling nest, so we know that he's opening pretty standard. Just scout some more. He's still on 1 gas, so we're going to get another set of lings just to keep up the constant scouting, because we need to know exactly what he's doing and when he's doing it, because this build is vulnerable early on. We're going to get our gases in our lair. Pretty standard after our Carapace. We see that he's going gases, and we saw that he was kind of going lair. Here, let's just pause it. So we saw that he was getting his gases, and then he was going up to lair, so that means that he's going mutus because he wants him very quick. So we know that exactly what he's doing. We can just play very aggressive. So the point at which this differs from the last game is, when he gets mutas, he's gonna have a quicker spire. However, he's not going to have +1 Carapace on his lings, which it will be finishing very soon for us. So we have to play very, very aggressive and deny his third for as long as possible. So we take ours. He's going to be going to take his in a second here. And we need to make sure that he doesn't take it, because his spire is faster and his mutas are going to be out quicker, and he's going to have more than us. Once an opponent has more mutas, you can't engage. You can't engage them at all. So we need to just sit back on our 5th and 6th gas until our gas comes up to be about even, and then surpasses his possibly a little bit, and then we can start engaging and being aggressive again. So it's very aggressive in the early game, and then very defensive in the mid game, and then very aggressive as soon as we get more mutas than him again. So we're gonna just go through this. He doesn't know if we're gonna push him, so he's getting another baneling just to be safe. He didn't really kill much, that's fine. Okay, so he's going for a counterattack here while we deny his third. That's fine with us, because we have the spine back at home. And there's no way that he can deny our third when it's right at our base. So he has mutas out now. You should be pulling. What I should have done is I should have pulled back my overlords a lot quicker than I did, but not a huge deal. See, we have a swell of lings with the Carapace, so even if we lose them all, we denied his third, ours is finished, and we're about to take our 5th and 6th gas, so we are way far ahead on econ, which is really good. So losing these overlords kind of sucked. We have ours out, so we just play a little bit defensive, get the spore, so he can't engage us because we have the spores. I believe we have one on each base. Yeah. Oh, and there's one thing that I want to mention before. Most people will know this, but as soon as you get your spire up, you research Carapace first before attack, but you research Carapace before you make the mutas, because Carapace is way more important than actually having another muta and a half. And if you fall behind on upgrades, you can lose the game like that, so you want it very, very quick. Okay, so he's trying to be aggressive, but he can't because our mutas are actually starting to reach his. We're at 17 versus his 19, and our gas income is 30% higher because he doesn't even have his third finished yet. So right away here, probably in the next minute or two, because if you have 3 guys on gas, on a single gas, mine's 114 gas, so we have 228. Yeah, 228. My math is probably wrong. More gas income than he does per minute. So it will catch up pretty quick. Okay. So we start to realize that we're having that we have a similar amount or more mutas, and we have our lings. So this is the point where we start to play aggressive. When we've had our third up for a little bit and we start to get a healthy amount of mutas, this is where we can start playing aggressive. But you want to be very careful because his upgrades are going to be faster, and he's probably going to have about the same or maybe a little bit more mutas, so you have to pick your engagements wisely. Luckily for us, he fucked up a little bit and he forgot to research his upgrade, so we've pretty much been already stabilized. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that, you know, by putting down the spine, that he doesn't do any sort of ling run-bys and catch us off guard. We're going to engage here. We're eventually going to pull back because it's about the same. I think he has a little bit more mutas coming in quicker. He's going to sniper, or oh no, he doesn't sniper our queen that time. And now we're at the point where we have the exact same amount of mutas. However, our lings are +1 Carapace, so we park them under there, they'll absorb the glaives way better than his lings will. And then this is the turning point, and he's about to lose the game. He's about to start losing. We now have 22 mutas versus his 14 because we caught up. And that's even if you have the same amount of mutas, if your lings parked under have +1 Carapace, it makes so much more of a difference. It's not even funny. And there he GG's out and we win. So let's just go over it real quick. We went with our pool first, and then our hatch, and then our gas. We put our first 100 gas on speed, the next 150 on Carapace, the next 100 on lair, because we scouted that he was going spire, or that he was going very quick mutas. Then we deny his third for as long as possible with our +1 Carapace lings while getting a third of our own. We have to play defensive while he has his mutas out, because we don't want to go losing any of ours and giving him an unfair advantage. And as soon as we start to catch up, we can start to play aggressive again, and we will eventually win the game, as long as we don't take any bad engagements. Also, something I didn't do this game, which you can be doing, is if you have a lot of minerals, like you droned up a little bit harder than he did and you got away with it, just do constant counterattacks, because unless he gets +1 melee on his, or just +1 melee, his banelings won't do much. So you can just do constant counterattacks. If you send like this amount of lings, just like 5 over here, 5 and 5, it makes him multitask, it makes him split, and hopefully it makes him fuck up and make mistakes. But anyways, that's the build. Thanks for watching. I actually really messed up my finger while intoxicated the other night, so I can't play for the next little while, so I'm probably going to be putting up more videos, and yeah, just trying to do stuff to stay active. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and see you later.